All right, here we go. Got my coffee here. I like to drink it black with a little bit of stevia. So I'm gonna go over how to read a book a day. I'm actually gonna do it with you guys. I'm like, you know what? We can all attain this knowledge. Each one teach one. Let's get some focus here. Focus, focus, focus. There it is. Rhinoceros Success by Scott Alexander. So I'm going to quickly cover how to read a book a day here. Looks like some sort of stain here. This book used to have a book cover. The little one got a hold of it. She's 3. She's got this thing about tearing books. Okay. So basically, reading a book a day, there's several online strategists who come up with their own little concepts, and I have my own. And I think that I have really, really locked this down. Please ignore the heavy music in the background. I gotta meet halfway with some people sometimes. And yeah. So, all right. So reading a book a day. This first pass is going to take about 5 minutes, which would normally take like 5 minutes. And all it's going to do is get you acclimated with the book so that you can determine exactly what it is that you want to take away from this book. Every book becomes your resource. That's what you have to realize. It's your tool, you know. You don't read a book front to back and put it away and think you're going to memorize it. It never works like that. You're wasting your time. You don't go memorizing books. You go, you find a book, and we're talking nonfiction here, guys, not fiction. I'm not into stories and stuff unless you just want to read a book that's going to entertain you. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that that's not what I'm doing. All right, so I like to do 3 passes on covering my book, and I will hit it at 3 different times of the day. In the morning, I'll do about 5 minutes. In the afternoon, I'll do about 15, and then in the evening, I'll hit it again for about 20 minutes. I'm sure that I will take away between 75 to 85% of that book, because I find that one thing out of there after covering all the topics in the book, and that is my takeaway. And I'm going to apply that to the things that I need, and I'm going to show you how. So here we go. First 5 minutes. Rhinoceros Success, Scott Alexander. If there were a front and back cover on here that used to exist, we would read the title and all that thing, and you'd see probably some accolades that would be on the cover and stuff like that. You'd flip it over, you'd probably see some more comments, maybe some awards and things like that written back here, you know, some personal opinions. And then what we do is we open it up. Open it up. Rhinoceros Success. First page. Second page. Get a little more in depth. Rhinoceros Success. The Secret to Charging Full Speed Toward Every Opportunity by Scott Alexander. Forwarded by Dave Ramsey. Those of you who don't know who Dave Ramsey is, he's a highly intelligent business specialist. I've read some of his books. Total Money Makeover is one of them. Awesome book. I believe the back of this talks about another one that he has. Yes, there it is. EntreLeadership. It's another great book. Learn more at EntreLeadership.com. I'm not getting anything from trying to plug his information. I'm just passing on good information, guys. That's the whole point of life. Each one teach one, right? All right, so here's how we get moving forward. So we go straight to the table of contents. Here's where I'm going to determine what it is that I want to take away from this book. What do I want out of this book? So here we go. Forwarded by Dave Ramsey. Okay. Introduction. All right. Chapter 1, The Art of Charging. Chapter 2, Rhinoceros Training. Chapter 3, How to Be the World's Happiest Rhinoceros. You see his theme here? You guys catch on? I'm kidding. All right. Chapter 4, Be an Audacious Rhino. Chapter 5, Develop Rhinoceros Persistence. Chapter 6, How to Be a Rhinoceros in All Aspects of Your Life. Chapter 7, Financial. Chapter 8, Work. Chapter 9, Family. Chapter 10, Physical. Chapter 11, Social. Chapter 12, Spiritual. Chapter 13, Rhino Games. Chapter 14, Be Prepared for Rhinoceros Problems. Chapter 15, Become a Rhinoceros Today. And then about the author. All right, so we read the front, we read the back, we read the table of contents. What I like to do now is read the introduction. All right, so we have the foreword, and then we have the introduction. I'm not interested in the foreword, and I'm going to tell you why. Part of the trick of reading a book a day is you have to recognize all the side stories, all the examples and little side thoughts. You got to find that one thing that you want to take away. Read that, understand it. If for whatever reason you feel like you didn't quite get it, or you need more to grasp it, then go ahead and take a step further to read that information. Provided that you want to stay strict on the time frame that you want to spend on that book. All I'm going to do on my first pass, like I said, this is my first pass. We'll come back again, is cover my introduction after I read my front, my back, and my table of contents. And then I'm going to go straight back and see what the summary is. And that's it. It's a wrap for that first 5. So somewhere deep in the jungle where few dare to venture, there lives a wild animal called success. It's a rare and much sought after, but only in a few. And then that's it. You just start reading all the way through that. So I'm just going to skim through that real quick. The hunt is long and hard. Yes. Bugs. You hear me mumbling and stuff like that. That's because I'm literally skimming through it, getting a gist of what it is that he's trying to accomplish in his introduction. Because I'm not here to read to you. This is not reading Rainbow. I'm reading past this as I'm talking to you. You guys can be entertained by the background music that's annoying right now. There we go. Now I just finished the introduction. I don't know if anyone reads that fast. I don't think that was fast at all. But I'm going to tell you the most important part was right here at the end. Success is not easy. It is a truly difficult animal to capture, requiring lots of work, quick thinking, desire, and persistence on the part of the hunter. This book is a survival guide for your expedition, a rhinoceros manual for your greatest hunt. So you see his theme and how he's using a comparison. I guess rhinoceros is what's going to carry his thought. Use it and you will not only achieve more success quicker, but you will also have the greatest time of your life charging through the jungle. Let's go. Right now is the season for success. So you see what it is that he's trying to accomplish here. Okay. We hurry up. We get to the back here. We see how it is that he's going to close this book out. Where's his summary? Make sure this is the last chapter, chapter 15. What better way to end the last chapter but saying this is the last chapter. So let me skim through this real quick. All right. What did I get from the closing, the summary? I can tell you, obviously, I didn't read through all of that because I didn't need to. I don't like to read a lot of spin-offs and thoughts, extended thoughts on things. I don't like to waste my time. I'll look for certain keywords. I'll look for key points within paragraphs, typically covering maybe the first sentence in each paragraph. To see where their point is and where they're going in that first sentence. Maybe some of the topics and the little titles that are above it as I get through it, and that's it. That's our first pass of the book. We're done with it. Now, provided recording this video took, bam, 10 minutes, we just did our first pass of that book, and right now I can guarantee you I know at least 20% of this book and what it is that they're talking about. One of the points that I want to cover real quick is that with books, what people don't understand, and this is with anything, if a person who wanted to write a book put together a bunch of information and it's all factual and it's all legit studies and everything, and they go to a publicist and says, here we go, I got all these facts right here and I want to make a book. The publicist is going to say, this is great, this is like 20 pages of really good information. Here's the problem, I can't sell that. I need you to go back and take all those nice, great thoughts, extend it into some examples and some stories and some side stories, and let's get a little more in depth. Let's get some creativity. You know what? Let's go ahead and throw in an animal. Let's compare to the animal's life. This is an example based on what Mr. Scott Alexander did. And I'm not making fun of him. I'm just saying that that was his niche to get his point across here. And for my example that I'm explaining to you is that's exactly what happens. So in that point, there you go. So he goes and he puts that out there, and now he has something sellable. Now he's got, you know, a 300-page book. In this case, this one is roughly 199 there at the bottom. And he got his point across, right? So that's the idea. But you have to be able to recognize how to get past that if you don't want to read that stuff. Okay? Get past it. Find your points. Look at it like this. Think of an extended version of a 5-paragraph essay. If I take a 5-paragraph essay and I extend it, now I have a book. For those who understand that. For those who don't, 5-paragraph essay. First paragraph of your essay is the introduction. 3 paragraphs below that is your body. Last paragraph is your summary. Summary is just basically a rewrite of your introductory. It's summing up everything you just spoke about in the body. The introduction is you're basically opening the door and trying to draw in your reader. And then the body, your introduction is going to compose of 3 main topics for a 5-paragraph essay that you want to cover. Okay, those 3 main topics are then broken down, each one into one of the 3 paragraphs below the body. Okay, and then the summary is once again those 3 topics summarized, and then there's a closing remark. Okay, now if you take that and you expand that, now you have a book. So if you are able to recognize the introduction and the summary and then go in and find the key points at the start of each paragraph, you now know exactly what it is that you want to cover. You go, you seek that information, you draw it out, you close the book, you're done with it. When it comes to school, clearly there's key terms. You know, just to make it a little more complicated, a professor or a teacher is going to throw in some dates. They want you to know some key dates and things like that. They, you know, they start coming at you with all these different things they want you to memorize just to extend and make their curriculum up here difficult. But the takeaway that you need to have is the understanding of that study and be thorough in your field. Nothing wrong with that. All right. But knowing how to get through that book is the trick. Hey guys, it's Justin Harris. Thanks for your time. I'll be back with my second pass.